Hi everyone. So in this lesson we're gonna be discussing the template checks and data rendering, right? So you remember we discussed how to manipulate, like how to get access and like manipulate data in the database and display it on the template, right? Depending on the user's request. So in this lesson we're going to proceed from what we have done in lesson 7. So the first thing we're going to be doing, first we have to create a view function in views.py, right? So let's go to our project, which is, you're going to say cd, and then we're gonna, let's run the server. Let's go to our pages. As you can see, the data that you see here is not from the database, right? So now we're gonna render everything that's in the database. We're gonna display it here on the template. So the first thing we have to do, we have to create view, right? So let's start with, I think it's better for us to start with the customer, right? Let's update actually product. Let's start with product. So here we're gonna render the data that is in our database, right? So how do we do that? We first have to create a view. Let's create a view that's gonna render that that data. So what we're gonna do right here, we can say first we have to import models, right, from the current directory that models import. Yeah, you can say star, like if you say star, it's gonna import everything that is in the database. So it's gonna import all those models that we created before, like the order, the table for order, the customer, and the product. In this case, we have to render out these, right? So what are we gonna do? We're gonna say that we're gonna name a variable, right? We're gonna say product is equals to product dot objects dot all, and then we go down. So we're gonna store the variables, and then we're gonna let our template know these variables by putting them inside this dictionary. And you can name, let's name it products key, and then we give it the key value, right? You know how dictionary works. So, and then this dictionary, we have to put it here inside the render function. It's gonna be context, right? So let's go to, as you can see here, we wanna display the product name, the category, and the price, right? So, but then for now, let me just since we are only creating the views, let's leave it like that, and then we will have to go to customer. For now, we don't do this one. We can go to the home page, the dashboard. So we can go to home page. So in this case, let me see, this displays order. So we will display the product name and then the date ordered, but I think this one we should leave it for now. We can focus on the customer, right? So let's go to customer. What we want to do here, we want to display the customer name, and then for now you can say the numbers, right? So we can go to our HTML template. So you go to dashboard. As you can see, this is not from the database. And then we're gonna say here, instead of orders, we're gonna change this to number. Let me say full number. If I go here and then I refresh, so it's gonna display the name from the database. Currently it's not from the database, and the number of the customer, right? So we will go to our views, and then we're going to create another variable here, which is customer is equals to customer dot object dot all. And then we're going to say we're going to create a dictionary, and then we name it context, and then we're gonna put this variable inside the variable name. We're gonna call it customer, and also the value we're gonna name it customer, and then we're gonna put context here. So it's the same as putting this dictionary here, we put it right there. And then so now let's go render out the info. And also here they are talking about the orders, total orders, right? Delivered orders and orders pending. So for this, to display this, but for now, okay, we'll have to also say order is equals to order dot let me go to models. Okay, and then we're gonna say order dot objects dot filter, right? I'm gonna call this order pending. So we're gonna use the count function, and then we're gonna filter by name, and let me check, so or the status. So I'm gonna filter by the status, and then for pending it's going to be pending. We're only gonna filter out the rest of the info and only count for orders pending with status pending. And for the next one, we go to order, and then we're gonna say delivered, right? Which is equals to order dot objects dot filter status. I'm gonna say it's delivered. Sorry, it's supposed to be delivered. So we actually want the count, right? So you're gonna say count dot count. So it's gonna count only number of orders that are delivered. So I made a spelling error there. So we also have to put that inside the dictionary, and then we're gonna do the same thing, same procedure. Also for the other one, let me just put it in the string. And then we're gonna say delivered. Copy name of the variable. So it's already put. It's already inside this dictionary here. So what's next? So now we will have to go to our templates. Let's start with the product. So you remember the iteration. We're gonna use the for loop. So what are the tags? It's important to understand the tags. If you're using like Python loops, you have to put it inside this tag. Then you will have to open your tag. Then you will say for I in say it's product, and then you also have to close your tag. So you open you open for, and then you close it also. Make sure that you close it, otherwise it's gonna give you problems. And then we will say that here, if it's a variable, you put it inside these curly brackets, double curly brackets. So let's go to product. As you can see, this is customer order. I want product, so we're gonna say I want the product name, right? So we're gonna put it here, I dot name. Remember, I is the one that we mentioned above, right there. We're gonna do the same here. We're gonna say I dot category. Also for this one, I'm gonna say I dot price. So let me go to product page and product. As you can see, it has displayed. This is data from the database, right? So that's how you do it. And then let's go to dashboard. And then we're gonna use the same thing. We're gonna open. So we're gonna open a tag here. And then it's a for I in. So okay, for I in customer, right? And then we're gonna close our tag there. So you're gonna say end for, and then here we're gonna display the name of the customer, I dot name. And then here we're gonna display their phone number. So go to models. Now this is for product. Let's go to customer. As you can see, we named it phone. So you're gonna say I dot phone. And then if I go back to the dashboard, it's not displaying. Let me check what's the problem. Dashboard. Let me see if I don't know why it's not so it's for I in customer, I.name, I.phone, supposed to show something but it's not. So I don't know if we have any customers. Let me check. I think I'm having a problem here. So it's customer. Alright, actually here it's supposed to show customers. Let me go to admin, then customer. It's supposed to show these two customers, but it's not showing them. So I don't know what's the problem. Customer. So let's go to dashboard. Maybe the problem is let me try to change the variable. Maybe if I say R, still not working. I don't know what's the problem here. It's for R in customer. I open my tags and then I close them. So why it's not showing any data? Maybe I didn't let me go on models, customer. Also, like, I made a mistake. Actually, it's not running because like the context is rendered inside the customer HTML, but then we were supposed to put all of these. Let me just copy this and then let me delete everything in here. This one we're gonna deal with in the following lessons, right? So I'll also delete this one. So I'm actually supposed to put that here. You have to be careful, like the context has to go to this template. So I'm gonna paste it here so everything is there, and then I'll have to put the context here. So let me just go there and refresh. As you can see now, we have the customer name and their phone numbers. So now let's go to these ones, total orders. So I didn't create the view variable for total orders. Let me just call it total is equals to order dot. In this case, you're not filtering. We want all the number of orders that are available. Dot count. And then we'll have to go to dashboard, right? Now we also have to put it inside context. So I'm going to put it here as total. And then I'll have to put it inside the template. So total orders, total, just total, and then we have order pending. So these are the variables that we put in our view, right? So here is gonna be delivered. And then let's go to the page and refresh. So let me see what's the error. Okay. I think here I'm supposed to say, here I think it's supposed to be count. Let me see, let me refresh and check if, nope, it's not. So what I can do here, I can just say order equals order dot objects dot all, right? And then I'll say total is equals to the variable order dot count. So I think this one is working. Yes, as you can see, it's displaying. So these are the values that are from the database. In total we have 4 orders, 1 delivered and then 2 pending, and then the other one which is neither delivered nor pending. Let me check. Out of delivery we only have 1, right? As you can see, like we can go to admin panel, orders. As you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 orders, as you can see. So let me check again, like for the product, let me check the view for product and see if we can add more data into our template. Yeah, I think we are done in this lesson. I think we are done. So so in views.py we have to store data from database in the variables. So in views.py, so these are the variables for customer, the order pending, the order delivered, and then we load them inside this dictionary which we name context, right? So we have to store these variables in the dictionary, which we will call context. The data from the database in the admin panel will be displayed on the templates through these variables, as you saw. This is how we render out info into the template, right? Also take note of the tags. You remember, you have to use the tags, like for I in products, and then your tags, you have to put them like your statements, you have to put them within these tags. So these are the tags we are using, right? Yes. And so so these are the steps. We created a view function, and we created a view function for dashboard. We did that. And also this is how we iterate through the values. So we're gonna say for I, which is let me check so that I can explain it correctly. So for each column in the table, in this table of products, here we limited our columns to these three, right? So the name, the category, the phone. So that's how you iterate through the columns, right? If we didn't put the 4, it was just gonna show us only one, right? Only one person or one object. But then if we put the for loop, it's gonna iterate many times, to the number of products of objects available. So this is where we end for this lesson. I'll see you on the next one.